Possibly, if you're viewing this video, it's because procrastination is a persistent issue in your life. In my case, most of my challenges arose due to procrastination when I failed to do what I should, consistently postponing tasks, leading to various issues. Your productivity decreases, anxiety emerges, and you begin evading responsibilities. The most challenging aspect is the constant sense that you're neglecting what you ought to be doing. The Stoics were deeply troubled by procrastination, and we find examples in Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, who faced numerous responsibilities in their lives and couldn't afford to procrastinate. It's not simple, as we often prefer immediate gratification over putting in the effort. If you find yourself watching this video, it's likely because you want to make a change, to become more productive, to take control of your mind and actions, and to conquer procrastination. Overcoming procrastination will also contribute to your happiness because you'll feel at peace when acting responsibly. It's remarkable that Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and historical philosopher, had the same number of hours in a day as you and I do to accomplish his work and fulfill his responsibilities. He managed to be an emperor, govern the most extensive and powerful empire of antiquity, be a philosopher, writer, take care of his wife, create laws, attend trials, lead armies, and guide the Roman people through a terrible plague. He achieved all this while remaining just and avoiding vices or temptations that other emperors succumbed to. The key to Marcus Aurelius' success was maintaining a routine and developing habits that allowed him to overcome laziness and avoid procrastination. Ultimately, having a routine is the key to not procrastinating. Marcus Aurelius integrated all his responsibilities as a fundamental part of his life, much like our essential activities such as eating, washing ourselves, and sleeping. He transformed these responsibilities into something indispensable, something he couldn't live without accomplishing. Throughout history, wise individuals, including Aristotle, recognized that we are defined by our repetitive actions. Excellence, then, is not an isolated act, but a habitual practice. For Marcus Aurelius, his day commenced early, and in his own words, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." There was no time for him to linger in bed. He initiated the day by writing in his personal diary, dedicating a few minutes to jot down his thoughts and organize his mind, reflecting on what was essential. Subsequently, he prepared himself to confront his responsibilities and interact with the people around him. He would remind himself that the individuals he would encounter that day could be rude, ungrateful, insolent, ill-tempered, and selfish. They would give themselves airs and expect him to conform to their whims. Marcus Aurelius understood that he couldn't allow these people to impact his judgment and happiness. He was resolute in acting according to what he deemed right. Following this mental preparation, Marcus Aurelius delved into his most crucial responsibilities. He advised, "Begin the morning by saying to yourself, 'I shall meet with the busybody, the ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, unsocial.' All these things happen to them by reason of their ignorance of what is good and evil." As evident from his routine, there was no room for procrastination. If you're curious about emulating Marcus Aurelius and overcoming procrastination, you might be wondering how to mentally prepare and which habits to adopt. No need to worry. I'll now elaborate on 7 tricks that personally assisted me in avoiding procrastination. I'll divide them into 2 parts. The first part will cover how to prepare your mind to combat procrastination, while the second part will discuss actions to overcome it. First, change your focus. Procrastination is often a first-world problem, rooted in the luxury of having the choice to delay tasks. Ask someone who struggles with having enough to eat if they ever procrastinate. Many of us lead relatively comfortable lives, so it's essential to increase our sense of urgency when addressing our responsibilities. When we procrastinate and face impending deadlines, we tend to become productive, and laziness seemingly disappears. Establish your own deadlines for fulfilling responsibilities to create a sense of urgency, helping you overcome procrastination. But how can you ensure you meet the set deadline? One effective strategy is to inform a family member or friend that if you fail to complete your task before the deadline, you'll have to give them some money. This self-imposed consequence will compel you to act before the chosen deadline. Remember, increasing your sense of urgency is crucial to stop procrastinating. Second, avoid low-level distractions. Often when we procrastinate, the substitute actions are low-level distractions, meaning activities that add little to no value to our lives. It's important to recognize that you suffer during these distractions because deep down, you know you should be doing something else. Change the order of actions, work first, then have fun. Third, reorganize your responsibilities. Some tasks may be difficult or time-consuming, leading to overwhelm and anxiety, increasing the likelihood of procrastination. In such cases, break down these tasks into smaller, more manageable parts. If I asked you to work for 5 hours without distractions, it might be challenging. However, working for 1 hour or even 5 minutes without distractions is more feasible. Apply this logic to longer or more complex tasks by breaking them down into smaller, focused segments, making it easier to tackle responsibilities effectively and avoid procrastination. Fourth, take the first step. Every procrastinator recognizes that the most challenging part is always starting the task. Once you begin, you've already conquered the most difficult hurdle. Force yourself to initiate the task without dwelling on how long it will take to finish or the overall difficulty. Simply start with the first step. It's the hardest, but also the most crucial, providing the momentum to continue with the subsequent steps. Being a procrastinator also has its advantage here. Once you start, you're less likely to stop due to the awareness of the difficulty in restarting or picking up where you left off. Fifth, the 5-second rule, which is related to the previous point. In my daily life, one strategy I employ to take the first step is the 5-second rule. Count from 0 to 5, and when you reach 5, start the task. The idea is to clear your mind and initiate the task without second-guessing. Personally, this trick has been highly effective for me. Whenever I need to do something that bothers me, I count to 5 and, without overthinking, I just do it. Sixth, the Pomodoro Technique. This technique involves dividing your work time into more manageable segments, making it easier to tackle tasks. It's harder to start working if you think you have 5 hours ahead of you. However, by using the Pomodoro Technique, you work for 25 minutes straight, and then take a 5-minute break, 1 Pomodoro. After 4 Pomodoros, take a 20-minute break and repeat the process. Focusing on 1 hour and 40 minutes of continuous work can be challenging and may lead to distractions or procrastination. This technique allows you to face work in 25-minute segments, which is achievable for everyone with 100% productivity. Seventh, eliminate distractions. Our brain naturally seeks the easiest path, so remove any potential distractions from your workspace. If your phone, video games, or anything else that can divert your attention is nearby, eliminate those distractions from your work environment. To create an environment that makes procrastination difficult, start by identifying the factors preventing you from doing your work. Once you've identified these obstacles, remove them from your workspace to make procrastination less tempting. This way, the only option left is to focus on and complete your tasks. What are your thoughts on these tips to avoid procrastination? I'm looking forward to hearing your responses in the comments. Remember that discipline is crucial to effectively implement all the tips mentioned earlier. Without discipline and the will to change, achieving progress will be challenging. I hope you find these strategies helpful. If you have any further questions or need additional assistance, feel free to ask. Until next time, enjoy exploring the stoical wisdom in the 2 videos I've recommended.